Hi, I'm Luminessa Anjara, and I would like to share with you today a little bit about one of my programs that I feel is kind of a signature program called the Living Goddess Guide. And also, what's your sexy, redefining your erotic sense of self? So, for me, when I talk about the living goddess, I mean that each and every one of us as women have an opportunity to show up as a living goddess for ourselves first, and then for our partners, our family, our friends, and for the world. And to be a living goddess means that we embody all of who we are in terms of our authentic feminine power. So the first thing you'll get a chance to learn a bit about is what is our authentic feminine power? Where does it come from? How do we connect with it? In a world that has been basically a culture based on male dominant power with patriarchal rules and regulations, women pretty much have forgotten how to be uh, connected, truly connected to a holistic way of looking at their sexual power, and also to really appreciate, love, and understand their physical bodies, and to really connect deeply with their authentic power, which is resourced in our womb, in our vulva, in our yoni, whatever name you would like to call that sacred part of ourselves, our sacred portal. So when we begin to reclaim our authentic sexual power, our authentic power, we will do so in a new way. We're reestablishing a new paradigm for women's sexuality, for our power, because all women's power is our sexual power. We are the creators of life. And when we really own and celebrate this, we celebrate our bodies, then we will step more into this power. Secondly, in our journey to becoming a living goddess, we'll learn to explore more about our erotic sense of self. How do you express yourself in the area of your sexual expression? There are many different archetypes of the goddess of love. I've created 4 different aspects of those archetypes that I like to teach and use as examples and ways for which you can learn to embody more of those qualities that will help you to be a better lover, maybe more connected to your sensuality, or maybe more to your primal energy, or it could be more to learn how to become the sexual initiatress, the sexual healer, or even someone who calls themselves a sacred courtesan. That doesn't mean that you're doing this professionally. It means more that you're learning how to embody the sacred sensual arts, the womanly arts, the feminine arts that have been passed down to many different women for thousands of years, especially temple priestesses. And these arts were, I would say, lost over the last 6,000 years because of patriarchal uh, laws and regulations and the male dominator culture that we live in. We were told by men what it was to be sexual. We were told by men what it was to be powerful, if we were even allowed to be powerful. We were dictated on almost every level that I can conceive of how to dress, how to walk, how to talk, what to think, how to be a woman. And these aspects, these thought forms, whatever you'd like to call it, these ideas were instilled for thousands of years. So in our modern age, many women still feel lost and disconnected to that feminine, authentic feminine power that I call our sexual power. And we often use it only how we have seen it being displayed or told to use it via men and how men see women. And even men are making changes, and men are learning to respect feminine power in a different way and to see that we as women are not just sexual objects. But it's still very embedded in the collective field and in the culture. And even myself, it has taken many, many, many years to release that frequency and to move on into a more authentic expression of myself. So we will explore more of and redefine our erotic sense of self by learning the different archetypes of the goddess of love. You will also have a chance to learn and open to more practices of what I call self-nourishment, how you can become a woman that loves herself and loves her body, and do beautiful rituals for yourself to really take the time to feel like you are a living goddess right here and right now. You will also have a chance to connect with your wholeness of being and to integrate all these different aspects of the goddess of love. Some of these aspects are things such as love, meaning our sense of beauty and sensuality, our expression of our primal energy, our core aspects of feminine power is that primal instinctual feminine that often is bred out of us. And some women have a very passionate nature. Some women have a very sensual nature. Some women love to adorn themselves. Some women like to feel that they are a sacred, holy teacher of sacred sexuality or sexual educator. And all of these aspects of the goddess, of the divine feminine, we can learn to embody too. You don't have to limit yourself to anyone. We actually are all aspects of the divine feminine. So in my programs, you have an opportunity to learn what they are, how to connect and develop them within yourself. And the Living Goddess Guide is your first step to embarking on learning some of these new ideas and beginning to practice them in your own life. So I would like to invite you to connect more with me if you choose, if you found that this was information you felt was intriguing, if maybe even a little bit interesting, and you'd like to know more about yourself and how you can become a living goddess right here, right now in your own life, how you can connect more with your authentic sexual power and become one of the women that embodies the frequency of the new feminine rising, the new feminine frequency. And I invite you to join me by going to my website, which is newfemininerising.com. Download, click on the link underneath it. You'll get a registration to signing up. And what you get is a beautiful book, free ebook on What's Your Sexy, Redefining Your Erotic Sense of Self, and many other free gifts. And you'll be able to sign up for my free call that I do twice a month, and what we have a chance to connect, meet each other, discuss some of the things that you're learning, and also ask questions, begin to have a more personal relationship with each other. And so I invite you to do that, and I hope that you will, and I would love to meet you. If you would like to have, and you have any questions, please DM me, and I'll be happy to answer back. Thank you so much for joining me today.